Markets morning call, 22nd of December. Depending on what goes on in markets for the next few days, we will sort of play it by ear, whether we do this or not. I don't really want to bore you if nothing's going on and let you guys enjoy your Christmas. But yeah, so we had a bit of a bounce back on Friday night, all on the back of the fake optimism around the CPI number, essentially. There was a number of analysts from big major banks in the US that warned against getting optimism around rate cuts in January around these numbers, and that the December CPI numbers will be the telling factor. However, it didn't stop the market bouncing back. But I mean, one thing is for sure, we saw like a massive rally in silver and platinum. I think platinum went another 3%, silver went another few as well. That precious metal trade still continuing to head higher in low volume. But analysts very much caution against the inflation figure being distorted against the lingering effects of the government shutdown. And it's unlikely to influence the Fed's current path. So Fed New York President John Williams reinforced this cautious stance as well. So I'm not entirely sure why we really bounced too hard. There's a fair few analysts coming out with their outlook for next year. Most of them around projecting a 13% gain for the S&P, 15% including dividends for global equities. And they expect the returns to broaden beyond US tech stocks, which, it's pretty obvious, I would have thought. Particularly given the fact that you've got two potential $1 trillion plus IPOs coming on next year. Where's the money going to come from that? Essentially, it ain't going to come from anything but the Mag 7. I wouldn't have thought for SpaceX and OpenAI. So I would totally agree with that. Generally, I think you want to stick to your high conviction themes for next year. So this is largely irrelevant, I believe, really. And this is just all a bounce back of the things. It was a reversal of the start of the week. We basically ended up flat or slightly down for the week. There's nothing much to see here to be very to be truthful. So we'll just move on. Gold was up 0.57, silver was up 3, platinum was up 3, silver up 9 for the week, platinum up another 15, busted through 2,000 for the first time in 15 or more years. We really did see these precious metal trades just continuing to gather momentum. Having a look back at platinum particularly, I think it's a very, very long time. I think since we around about February 08 was the last time we were around these levels, and we really would be like, I think the record high is roughly around the 2290 level, which I do believe it can sort of start to project through quite easily. There's been plenty of occasions in history where platinum has been higher than gold. As you can see here, precious metals for 1 year, silver's in the lead, 131, platinum 113, gold 63. Obviously, if you widen that out to 2 years, gold makes a much better showing overall. But that's just for the last 12 months. And I would expect that, where we'll see the pickup is in the gold sector will be in the gold miners. All gold needs to do is just stay where it is for the next, stay where it is for the next 12 months, and then we'll get an uplift in profits, etc. But I think at this stage, just being on the silver and platinum would be the preferable trades. That really wraps it up. If you want a copy of our MPC Markets 2026 Outlook, you can go and get a copy at mpcmarkets.com.au/MPC-Markets-2026-Outlook. And get a free sign up to Mosaic there as well. Get all of our stock picks from our 4 recommendation services for the first month of 2026. as our Christmas present to you guys. And obviously, and you get this. There's 5 key themes to watch this year within the within the report. It's about a 45-page report, but fairly easy reading. As you can see here, some decent infographics and things like that. We're not big on dense text. So, but follow us at MPC Markets, either on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or go to mpcmarkets.com.au/mosaic and get your 1-month free trial. We will likely speak again tomorrow, and I would say Wednesday will be the last podcast for the year. If anything happens majorly between the Christmas and New Year period where there's a significant move, I might to just pop up and release something over there because over that period, because I'll just be watching, but not necessarily pushing out content during that period. But thanks for listening, and we will speak again tomorrow.